Last night, my neighbor knocked on my door, and he looked very sad, almost ready to cry. He just rented a new apartment, and it costs $2,000 every month.
Why does anyone pay $2,000 a month for one small apartment?
That is not even the sad part, Stacy. His only window looks at a gray brick wall. If he opens the window, he can touch the wall with his hand.
So he pays $2,000 every month just to look at a wall?
Yes, he pays $2,000 just to look at a wall. And here is the funny thing, Stacy, because I understand him and I would take that wall too.
You would pay all that money just to look at gray bricks?
Yes, because behind that wall there is a big city that never sleeps. The wall's in front of me, but life is all around me.
And that is exactly why we need to talk today.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. I'm Mike.
And I'm Stacy. So glad to be here with you again.
Today we ask one question, and almost everyone thinks about it. Should a person live in a big city or in the countryside?
And I already know Mike's answer. He wants the noise, the crowds, and his famous brick wall.
I want the city that never sleeps, and Stacy wants cows and silence.
I want clean air, open space, and a sky full of stars. So let's really talk about it today.
Let me start with the morning because the city wins here. When I open my door, the city is already busy. I see buses, coffee shops, and people walking fast.
And that is the thing I want to run away from. When I open my door in the country, I hear birds and wind in the trees, and my mind slows down.
Your mind slows down, but my mind falls asleep again. When it is so quiet, I feel like something is wrong.
Nothing is wrong. You are just not used to quiet, so quiet feels strange to you.
Maybe that is true, but in the city, there's always some noise around me, and that noise makes me feel alive.
For me, that noise is very tiring. You carry it all day, and you don't even see how heavy it is.
Okay, let's talk about money now, and I know you will smile here.
I am smiling because this part is easy for me. A small apartment in a big city can cost more than a whole house in a small town.
That is true, and my cousin shows it every month. He pays a lot for one room in the city. His friend, 2 hours away, has a house, a yard, and a big dog.
A dog sounds lovely, but in your building you cannot even have one.
I have a plant on my table, and my plant is very happy.
A plant is not the same as a dog, and you know it.
Fine, but here is my answer. The city costs more, yes, but the city also pays more because the big jobs are there.
Sometimes you earn more, but you also spend more to live there. You get a bigger salary, and then you keep almost none of it.
Yes, that can happen. But the city gives you a chance to earn it, and a small town often does not.
That is a real problem, and I will not hide it. When a town has only one big factory and it closes, many people lose their jobs at the same time.
That is my point. A city has many companies, so if one job ends, you can find another one soon.
For work, the city gives more choices, and I agree with you there. But work is not the only important thing in life.
Then let's talk about time, because time is important too. In the city, everything is close. Food, doctors, trains, and cinemas are all 10 minutes away.
And in the country, you drive to buy bread. Yes, I know your argument. But many small towns have shops now too, and people bring food to your door there too.
Sometimes, but not always fast. I read a study that in some country areas, a package can take 3 or 4 days to come.
And in the city, your dinner comes in 20 minutes, I know. You really love that speed.
I love that the whole world comes to my door. I never wait for anything, and that feels like freedom to me.
But you pay for that speed with stress, and your body feels it, even when your mind does not.
Stress? Come on, I feel great in the city. My days are full and fun.
I read a study that people who live near trees and parks feel much calmer. They sleep better and worry less.
They sleep better because of some trees? Okay, but how do the scientists measure that?
They look at things like heart rate and sleep. People who live near green nature usually do better with both.
I sleep very well too, you know. I sleep well right after my late pizza.
That is not the same thing, Mike. Clean air is real, and big cities have more cars and more dirty air.
Okay, you are right about the air, and I will be honest. City air is not clean, and I will not say it is.
And it is not only the air, it is the open space. When I feel sad, I walk into a big field, and after a few minutes, the problem feels smaller.
When I feel sad, I want people near me. I sit on a busy street with a coffee. I watch the world move, and I feel like part of something.
But do you know any of those people, or are you just alone in a big crowd?
That is a hard question, and my honest answer is not a happy one. In my old building, I lived next to a man for 2 years, and I never learned his name.
In my aunt's town, everyone knows everyone. When someone is sick, a neighbor brings soup. And when a car breaks, 3 people stop to help.
That sounds warm, but let me show you the other side. When everyone knows everyone, everyone also knows your business, and the whole town talks about you by dinner.
That is true. And there is really no way to hide in a small town. People talk, and they talk a lot.
In the city, I can be a stranger, and I love that feeling. Nobody watches me, and nobody judges me.
So the same thing is good and bad. In the country, you are known, and that is warm but heavy. And in the city, you are free but often lonely.
You said that better than me. I will take free and lonely, and you can keep warm and heavy.
Let me ask you an honest question, Mike. When you think about your life in 20 years, do you still see the city?
That question is harder than it sounds. About 5 years ago, the city made me so tired that I could not go on. I had too much noise, too little sleep, and no rest.
I remember that time, and you looked very tired.
I was tired deep inside. So I stayed with a friend in the countryside for 2 weeks. And at first, that silence you love really scared me.
The silence scared you? What was so hard about it?
It felt strange and empty, and I didn't know what to do. But after 2 weeks, I slept well, and I felt like a normal person again.
So you agree with me after all?
No, wait, because then I came home to the city and my energy came right back. I needed a break from the city, but I did not want to stay there forever.
That is funny because my story is the opposite. I grew up in a small town, and at 19, I was so bored that I ran to the city very fast.
Wait, so you were on Team City once?
For years, yes, and I loved the bright lights, the concerts, and the energy. But when I got older, that same noise stopped feeling fun and started feeling like too much.
So the place did not change. You changed.
Exactly, and that is the whole point. The country was too small for me at 19, and the city is too loud for me now.
Okay, that is the smart part of this talk. Maybe the right place is not the same for your whole life.
I really believe that. A young person who wants jobs and friends will love the city. And a person who wants quiet and family time will love the country.
And there's a new thing now, too. I read a study that in 2020, many people left big cities like New York and moved to small towns.
They moved because they did not have to go to an office every day.
Exactly. If you can do your job on a laptop, you can earn a city salary and pay country prices. And that changed everything.
See, that is my dream. I want city work and a country sky at the same time.
But many of those people came back later. After a year of silence, they missed the cafes, the friends, and the busy days.
Some came back and some stayed, so it really depends on the person.
Here's a fact that surprised me. More than half of all people on Earth now live in cities, and that number keeps growing.
More than half of the whole world lives in cities now?
More than half of the whole world. And every year, more people move to the big cities, not away from them.
But that does not mean they are happier there. Often it just means the work is there, so they go for the job and not for the joy.
I really like how you said that they go for the job and not for the joy.
Here's one more fact. The Tokyo area has about 37 million people, and it is the biggest city area in the world.
37 million people live in one city area? That's more people than some whole countries.
All in one place. And I read that in many big cities, you can barely see the stars at night because the city lights are too bright.
And that brings us back to my neighbor and his gray brick wall.
It does. He looks at gray bricks every day, and from my aunt's window, I look at a sky full of stars.
And you know, that one difference is really the whole story of today.
It is. So maybe that is the real answer. The question is not which place is better, but which life you want right now.
Tell me more about what you mean.
If you want speed, people, and many choices, the city is the right home for you. If you want quiet, clean air, and slow days, the country is the right home for you.
And the honest truth is that most of us want a little of both. We want city energy on Monday and country stars on Sunday.
So do not ask which place is better. Ask which life you want this year, and then choose the place for that life.
I like that a lot, but it does not change my answer. I'm team big city because the noise, the crowds, and yes, even that brick wall make me feel alive.
And I am team countryside because the quiet, the clean air, and the open sky are real rest for me.
So tell us, everyone, are you team big city or team countryside? Where do you want to wake up in the morning?
Tell us in the comments, and we read every single one. Tell us your city or your town, and tell us why you love it.
And Stacy, next time you look at that sky full of stars, please count a few for me.
I don't count them for you, and you can look at your brick wall and think of me.
I can agree to that, and I will look at my wall and smile. See you next time, everyone.
Bye, everyone.